Hello, welcome to a Let's Play of The Witcher 3. um, just got done watching a few episodes of the Witcher Netflix show, so, like most people, I think, got the itch to play. I have played this before, back when it came out. Didn't finish it, only got to level 27-ish. Didn't play any of the DLC, but it was $10, so I went ahead and picked that up, and so we're going to start a new game. Okay, and we'll go ahead and do fresh start. Story and sword. We'll just do whatever the default is. Haven't played for a while, so let's go ahead and turn on tutorials. Simulate Witcher 2 save. We'll go ahead and turn that on. I think there's like some questions it asks you to kind of fill in backstory. I don't know what those decisions mean, so we'll just fake it as we go.
know I don't find that amusing.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
Okay, we're finally in control. Okay. Welcome to the tutorial. Welcome to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This tutorial will introduce the game's core elements. Each message will be saved in the glossary, where you'll also find detailed information about lore and gameplay mechanics. To disable this tutorial messages, go to the options menu. So we're in Kaer Morhen, and we need to use our Witcher senses to find the key to the bedroom door. We learned a little bit about Yennefer. So we can we have our firepower.
Nothing but silver.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
Oh, we can see Ciri down there training. Okay.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Geralt, stop fingering my toiletries.
Got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
I don't want to be reasonable.
Aha, so that's the way the wind blows. Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you.
Okay, see a chest on the map.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses to do as she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in this circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on. We'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Okay, let's do
Of
it.
course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
Beat you to the bottom.
Maybe if you fall. What did I tell you about breathing? Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps. Ciri, cut it out. I win.
Your legs are longer. I'll show you yet. Just need to grow a bit.
Alright, I beat a little girl.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Don't try to weasel your way out of this.
A witcher must know how to trick his opponent. You said so yourself.
Might have. But don't use my words of wisdom on Vesemir, got it? That's playing with fire.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Yeah, let's definitely go through the
Should
tutorial.
work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
Yes, we're doing this for Ciri. Okay, combat. Witchers must be prepared to fight foes of all kinds, be they plate-clad knights, ethereal wraiths, or bone-crushing giants. To match the strengths and exploits the weaknesses of different enemies, Witchers need to use a variety of weapons and combat techniques. The core tools of their trade are their swords, one steel for fighting humans and non-humans, the other silver for slaying monsters. Doesn't humans and non-humans cover a lot of ground? Witchers have also mastered a simple form of combat magic. These signs are not as powerful as the spells wielded by mages, but they can be cast very quickly, with simple one-handed gestures, making them quite useful in the heat of combat. Witches are also adept in basic alchemy. They can brew powerful potions, blade oils, and bombs, all of which give them a keen advantage when fighting stronger or faster foes.
Draw your sword, Geralt!
Okay, press R3 to select or deselect a target. When you have a target selected, all your attacks are directed toward it. You don't have to select a target during combat, but doing so can help you focus on a specific opponent.
Quick cuts! 1, 2, 3! Strong strikes now. Give it all you got. Never lock your elbow when striking them.
Okay.
Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember.
Slow as a fly trapped in amber.
Okay, so we can't roll towards
Do it
him.
again.
We can roll away though.
Parry. Ciri, see how Geralt holds his sword, its angle.
What am I supposed to parry? Fighting a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Riposte! Strike! Counter-strike!
Like your jugular.
Shit.
Oh,
Come on! At them!
so I think I let go of the block too soon.
Now, young lady, to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few witches' signs. Let's start with Gwen. Ciri, Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why.
Okay, Quinsign protects you against damage and certain critical effects.
Cast Igni, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly. See? If not for the Quen sign, I'd be aflame by now. All right, Geralt, come on.
Ard.
See that, Ciri? Ard will knock anyone or anything off balance, destroy their rhythm.
Stuns.
Time for Axii. Damn it, I hate this feeling. Ugh. Axii can really muddle your mind. Erden now. Show her, Geralt. See this, Ciri? Couldn't move if I wanted to. Throw a bomb. Don't worry, Ciri. Quen will dampen the blow. Not bad.
Okay, combat tutorial is now over. If you want to continue training with Vesemir, stop training, simply shoot your sword by holding left or right.
Fine. Enough. Continue training at will.
I put away my sword. You sucker punch me.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri? I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the? Vesemir.
So I'm not sure who that face is supposed to be.
I've long awaited this, and then White Wolf.
No!
So we have those loading messages, but they don't stick around very long. Probably because this was made for the PS4 and I'm running it on a PS4 Pro. Temeria Road to Vizima.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in a tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. How about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet. Soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Stuffed unicorn. Used it once or twice. In certain situations.
The things young folk get up to these days.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Okay. Monsters. Life on the continent and in Skellige Isles is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their head, indicating you should fight them with your silver sword. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Okay, adrenaline points. Striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks. They require and consume adrenaline points. Your adrenaline points slowly decline when you are not engaged in combat.
Of course.
Okay.
When armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
So it looks like we can have 3 adrenaline points. You can regenerate vitality by eating or drinking, or by meditating for at least 1 hour. Note while playing the Blood and Broken Bones and Death March difficulty levels, meditation does not regenerate vitality. Food and drinks can be placed in your consumables slot for quick use during combat. Press up or down to consume them and regenerate vitality. You have some food equipped in your upper consumables slot. Press up now to eat it and regenerate a portion of your vitality. So we're going to eat some bread. So we left some stuff on the ground. Let's go ahead and pick it all up. Ah, so we found some money. We'll probably be looting a whole lot of like herbs and stuff, particularly early in the
Ever tell you
game.
about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
So we can get some little extra money early on. I don't know how long that'll last, but early on it'll be helpful. Horses. Witchers spend most of their time on the road in search of their next contract. They must trek across wide valleys, climb over high mountain peaks, and trudge through thick bogs. Luckily, Geralt can always count on his horse, Roach, to help him on his travels. To have Roach come to you, double press L3.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed. Third skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
Come on, Roach.
Okay. Crossroads. Still a good looking game.
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
Dead
The
people.
Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
Sometime later.
We going? Help me! Help!
The Griffin. I think I remember this. Bye bye, horsey.
How's it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
That's very simple, Jack.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Could use a few
Could
crowns.
always use a few crowns.
Thing is, I've a meager purse at the moment. Nilfgaardians requisitioned my goods. Now this. Here.
Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there?
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
New entry has been added to the bestiary. Oh, somebody didn't make it. Didn't seem to care about them. He just cared about the... cared about his horse.
Greetings.
Okay. So who's going to teach me about the bestiary? Okay. Interesting. The bestiary provide additional information about monsters, including tips and strategies for how to best fight them. Okay, griffins. Half eagle, half tomcat, just like on the Lord's Crest. Except this one wasn't carrying me dead cow instead of a scepter. Griffin attack, witness, name unknown. Griffins were once only found high in the mountains, where they would hunt marmots and wild goats. When humans encroached on their lands, however, griffins soon discovered a new source of much more plentiful and easy caught prey: cows, sheep, and shepherds. Though still wary of main roads and towns where folks with the means to hire a witcher are like to dwell, these half-eagle, half-wildcat creatures have gone from rarity to oft-encountered pests known throughout the northern realms. Especially hated are the subspecies known as royal griffins or arch griffins. Okay. So, vulnerable against grape shop bombs, hybrid oil, and ard. Necrophages. Okay, so we have hybrids and necrophages. Okay, ghouls. Ghouls creep and crawl at night, eating everything in sight. In a snap, they'd eat you too, chop you up for a ghoulish stew. Children's rhyme. Ghouls and graveyears are hard to describe. In part, they resemble humans, yet on the whole, they are utter negations of all that is human. Though they have arms and legs like men, they walk on all fours like dogs or badgers. Though they have eerily familiar faces, one searches them in vain for any sign of sentiment, reason, or even a spark of consciousness. They are driven by one thing and one thing only: an insatiable craving for human flesh. And they're vulnerable against necrophage oil. Okay. Okay, ballad heroes, you can switch. Alternative look. Okay, this looks like just DLC info. Oh yeah, it is. Additional content. Okay, bombs. Throw a bomb, okay. Climbing. Circular climb over it. Ladders. Extreme climbing. Okay. Combat counterattack. Fast attack. Parrying. Okay. Rolling. 3. To mount a special fast attack, hold. Special strong. Okay, so holding gives you something special. Okay. HUD. Okay. Horses. Cantering. Gallop. Mounting. Movement. Stamina. Summoning. Jump, sprint. Signs. Casting signs. Ard. Stuns or knocks to the ground. Axii, Disorient. Igni for fire. Gwen is our shield. Earden are the magic traps to slow. Okay. Drawing swords. Left to draw your steel sword, right to draw your silver sword. Okay. Cirilla. Cirilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon. What can I possibly say about her? That we call her Ciri for short, though she was born in 1251, that she has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek. All true, and that's the Cirilla I know best. The one I first laid eyes on those many years ago. The one who seemed thoroughly, well, not ordinary, but certainly not as extraordinary as she in fact is. For Cirilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, the last bearer of the Elder Blood, a powerful source endowed with exceptional magic talent, and the Lady of Time and Space. Her hair color and date of birth seem rather incidental now, don't they? I could also tell you that she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that would be a gross simplification. Ciri is much more. She is his destiny, his unexpected child, someone bound to the Witcher by fate's most inextricable, tangled fetters. Following age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There he and Vesemir taught her in the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed, and they discovered she was a source. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well, because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Okay. Dandelion. I would wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, and therefore already familiar with me, Dandelion, and the role I am to play in the following tale. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by way of self-portrait for the sake of thoroughness. In the event you have spent much of the last half-century in some dark corner where the light of my star has yet to reach. Born in 1229... Okay. A talented poet and troubadour, a graduate of Oxenfurt Academy, a frequent performer at royal courts, an unequaled lover appreciated, and in some cases adored by ladies worldwide, a skilled negotiator and a stirring orator. Such is the image of the bard Dandelion as painted by his friends and promoters. This image, of course, somewhat overbright in its coloring, I personally prefer to think of myself as a dedicated artist in the thrall to his muse, one whose work has benefited immeasurably from the fact that I was, am, and forever will be a close friend and steadfast companion to the Witcher, Geralt. It is his fate I chronicle in this present work, and his story that I shall sing till the end of my days. So I was wondering who was telling the story here about Ciri. I'm assuming that Dandelion is the author of all of these, unless it says otherwise. Okay, Eskel. All Witchers have a great deal in common, but with Eskel and Geralt, the similarities are particularly striking. They first met as two boys of the same age swinging wooden swords at Kaer Morhen. They then went through an ordeal together, the first round of selections, the murderous changes, the trial of the grasses, and training on the gauntlet, the Witcher's daunting obstacle course. They also received hidings together for more than one act of childish delinquency. So hidings meaning beatings. When they became adults, they walked the path separately, but reconvened at Kaer Morhen nearly every winter to wait out the cold, drink to their successes, and remember fallen comrades. Though Eskel never gained Geralt's renown, he equaled the White Wolf in experience and carried on his contracts with care and efficiency. Death had almost taken him many times during his hunts, yet in an ironic twist, the hideous scar on his face came not from a monster's claw, but from the blade of Deirdre Admain, his highly unpredictable, his unexpected child. So both Geralt and Eskel have an unexpected child. Is that a common thing with Witchers? Okay, Geralt of Rivia. Many cannot fathom the friendship Geralt of Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. When we first began breaking bread together, spiteful tongues said he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body in a hollow tree before I provoked someone else into doing the same to us both. Those individuals spoke out of pure jealousy, for Geralt was my dearest friend, a fact that which he gave ample evidence of on numerous occasions. I could say a great deal about the world-famous monster hunter, the man known in Elder Speech as Gwynblade, or our younger yet no less noble tongue as the White Wolf. For Geralt of Rivia is a truly exceptional individual. A brief encounter might tempt one to label him a mere swinger of swords, a simple monster catcher, a rough and tumble practitioner of dirty trade. But peer closer and you will soon discover he is a man of unplumbed depths, unique views, and vast world-spanning experience. On the surface, he is introverted, tight-lipped, one might even say gruff, but underneath lies an overflowing sea of goodwill, good humor, and an honest readiness to help his friends, be it with a bit of sound advice or a masterful application of his blade. Setting aside cumbersome false modesty, I can say that I know his story better than any man alive. I was with him through hard times and good, helping with wise advice, warm words, and razor wit. As a result, I am a vital part of his story, both in its earlier and present portions. It is thus my duty to continue my chronicle, and for the benefit of the future generations, put in writing the next chapter of his deeds and exploits. So Lambert, or Lambert, probably Lambert, the youngest among the Witchers of Kaer Morhen, and perhaps the last ever trained within his walls. By the start of our tale, Lambert has proven his chops many times over, having hunted down many of a mighty beast and traversed nearly all of the continent's realms several times over. Yet he had also developed a reputation of arrogance and sardonic humor, and his gruff and at times excessively blunt manner could irritate even his fellow Witchers of the School of the Wolf. Whatever his vices, it went without saying that Lambert would brave the fires of any hell for his companions. So I'm assuming that Kaer Morhen is for the School of the Wolf, and they have other places for other people. I know Vesemir mentioned him by name at the beginning, but I guess I wasn't paying attention close enough to remember whether it was Lambert or Lambert. Okay, Vesemir. Vesemir was the oldest living member of the Wolf School and most likely the oldest Witcher of any school on the continent. Okay, as long in years as the ruins of Kaer Morhen themselves, and though eternally complaining about his creaky bones, this master of the Witcher trade gave no thought to a well-deserved retirement. Gray but still spry, he continued to ply the monster hunting trade into his golden years, effectively too, as he'd seen more beasts than all of his students put together. A harsh and demanding instructor in Geralt's youth, over the years he became something of an adopted father and mentor to the other Witchers, always ready to help with sage advice and steady hands. In the spring of 1272, when our story begins, Vesemir had joined Geralt on his search for Yennefer, trekking with him through the war-ravaged Temeria. So 1272 is where we're at. So we've only seen Ciri as a little kid, but if she was born in 1251, she'd be 21 now. Okay, Yennefer of Vengerberg. The Witcher first met the raven-haired sorceress a good 20 years back. Their friendship and the feelings between them were born of a common adventure involving a genie and a wish granted to Geralt that intertwined their fates inextricably. In the time since then, their relationship had, however, been quite stormy. Rich in ups and downs, crises and breakups, Geralt and Yennefer's love provided irrefutable proof of the thesis that opposites attract. A few years ago, Geralt and Yennefer had, after a long separation full of adventures for them both, gotten back together again. Their moment of repose was interrupted by the Wild Hunt, which took Yennefer captive. The Witcher set out at once to save her, but lost his memory while doing so. When he finally recovered it, he immediately set off once more on his quest to find his beloved sorceress. So, that sounds like stuff from previous games. And books and short stories and all that as well. Okay. We can make a warrior leather jacket. Basically upgrading our Kaer Morhen armor. Crafting components. Okay. Junk. I don't know why we'd make junk. Alchemy. Penning formula and diagrams. If you want to see a list of components or ingredients required for a given formula or diagram when you enter a shop, okay, we can go and pin those. If you select a diagram or alchemy formula and pin it, a list of components or ingredients needed to create an item will appear in the shop panel. This makes it easier to keep track of what you still need to acquire. Okay, so these are mutagens, alcohol, bombs, okay, saltpeter, calcium equum. Okay, so these do physical, inflicts shrapnel damage to foes within an explosion radius, deals a small amount of fire damage, destroys monster nests. Samum, blinds opponents, destroys monster nests. Oil, necrophage. Oil, need dog tallow. And blow walls. Bear fat and Arenian. Okay, so let's see. Apply to a sword for additional effects in combat. 10% attack power versus specters. 10% versus necrophages. Okay, cat. Grants total sight in total darkness. Swallow accelerates vitality regeneration. Vitality regeneration pauses for 2 seconds upon receiving damage. Clears toxicity and cancels all active potion effects. Let's go ahead and do that there. Just so we'll make sure we start making our bombs. I probably won't use bombs a lot, but inventory. Here are your currently equipped items. Okay. We have a saddle, trousers, boots, gloves, chest, armor. Looks like water and bread. Bolts. But no crossbow. Here are the other items currently in your possession. Inventory tab. Select a tab to show the items that go of that type. Information about your most important statistics. Okay, so 3,500 vitality, 0% toxicity. So I don't remember how toxicity works. I know it goes up as you drink potions and whatnot. Okay, to equip an item, select it and press X. Tab showing crafting components and alchemy ingredients. Tab shows quest items and all items which fit in no other categories. Okay. Food and items for Roach. Oils, potions, and bombs. Weapons and armor. You can toggle between large and small descriptions. L3. Okay. press square to look and see what it looks like on Geralt. Sort characters just by holding R2 or press R2 to get his panel. Okay. Okay, we have the DPSs, our different stuff, stamina, chance to take additional herbs while gathering. Instant kill chance. Okay. So we have torch. Okay, we can put a torch in one of our pockets. Potions. Tawny Owl. Temporary Woven Hour. Temporary lowers the requirement level of all items by 2. Okay. It's a relic. I can consume it. It's worth 100 gold. I don't know what temporary means. Okay, Tawny Owl potion. 20 out of 100 toxicity. 30 seconds effect duration. 5% stamina regeneration in combat. Accelerates stamina regeneration. So we can go ahead and put it in our inventory. Quest items. Item needed to complete a quest. Crystal Skull. Okay. Orens can be exchanged for crowns at Vivaldi Bank in Novigrad. Florins can be exchanged for crowns at Vivaldi Bank in Novigrad. So I have six money that don't do anything. Oh. Yeah, so these are actually 12, so I have about 14 bucks that I can't actually spend. Yennefer's Yennefer's letter, other. Use L to switch between unread books and scrolls. Once read, they'll be added to the books panel in the glossary. Cool. Yennefer's letter. Dear friend, forgive me for not asking about your help or how you've been these last years. Time is very short. I have important news. We must meet, and soon. Ride to Willoughby near Visma, and don't spare the horses. While I do eagerly await our reunion, I won't be able to wait eagerly or otherwise very long. Your dear friend, Yennefer. P.S. I still have the unicorn. Okay. Okay, crafting. We have venom extract, monster tongue, ghoul's blood, and Belize fruit. Okay, world map. Okay, so we started up here somewhere. Maybe that. Crossroads, Rift Village, Ford. Quest, go to the tavern. Okay. Okay, so we have lots of skills that we can buy. We'll go ahead and wait until we have points. Okay, here we can kind of rest. Characters, books. And now we have Yennefer's letter. Okay, so we can get rid of actual letter. Okay.
Move it.
Okay, so we can just hold X to stay on the road.
So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest of the mountains, sure, but here, near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Populated areas. You're nearing a village. Don't disturb the peace. Remember, town guards and hired watchmen won't tolerate theft. Also, won't look kindly on you accosting others. Local residents often erect notice boards near settlements, such as villages and cities. These are marked on your map. Examine them to learn about contracts, work for witchers, and local happenings. Oh. Oh.
Hey-ya! Slower. Giddy up. Not so fast, Roach.
They could have sewed his head back on.
What?
Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Witches?
What?
I'll not drink with Weaverlost freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. One mean beast.
Mean? Light way for a hunter to put it. Clawed Lena so bad, poor thing's 1 foot in the grave. But does no good to wallow in misfortune. How can I be of service?
With a drop of vodka for me.
And you?
He said he wanted
Something to
rye.
wet your tongue?
Make up your mind, Vesemir. Okay, options marked with the bag of coins will open the shop panel.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Okay, options marked with the end of conversation will end the conversation. See what they have.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Buy and sell items using the shop panel. X to make a purchase. Okay. Okay. Decoy. So Gwent cards. Ready and herbal. So alchemy. Baked apple. Okay, we'll look at that stuff later.
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Thanks for everything. Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
You hear? Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Oh, Drommel. Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? Parcel out their patrimony. Give it to their own.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll start next episode by talking to the local townfolk. I believe we also learn about Gwent here, so join me for that. So see you then, bye.